But before we head to this video, I want to point out things from my last episode. If you check the description of episode 4, you'll notice that I've added some things. In there, I've replaced like a Alphea's Year 7's timetable. This is what it should look like for Bloom's, average day in school. This is kind of similar to how my school would be like. In my school, we would have 2 weeks of different lessons. It would follow this pattern. So every day, Bloom will have 4 lessons. Obviously, each day is being different one. And each lesson will be like 1 hour long. So she's going to have lessons at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m. She will also have 2 break times and 1 lunchtime each day, each both being 1 hour long as well. This should break apart the lessons they have in the school. I thought this was a fun idea to have in my, Miss Club series, and you can check it out there in my 4th episode. I also think this is a chance for me to point out any mistakes I made in my last episode. Like, I'm not perfect. I bet I made hundreds of mistakes without even realizing it. I think one thing I forgot to mention is like voicing of Flora, Techna, and Musa. Like I did state that, Blooms is going to have a New York accent and Stella is going to have a Texas accent. So for Musa, I think I'm gonna have her be a bit more Asian American accent. Like I'm gonna have her a little bit of a Chinese coded, accent and style. Like she is based on Lucy Liu, who is like a Chinese American citizen. So I want Misa, to portray, that Chinese influence. As for Tekna, I think I'm going to keep her being British in the Focus dub. I like characters with unique accents, bit like in Monster High, where like some characters will have a different accent. Like for example, uh, Claudine Wolf, she is gonna have that American African accent, whereas Draculaura, she's going to have like a Romanian accent or like somewhere on the lines of like Transylvania because they are known for like vampires and such things like that. As for like Cleo, I think she's basically Egyptian, and Laguna, she's Australian. As for Flora, I'm going to have her voice be, Latina sounding, like her voice is like from like Colombia or something similar. Like imagine Dolores from Encanto being Flora's voice. But now I want to talk more about the dorm rooms of Wiz Club. In my last episode, I mentioned that there's like each dorm room having 6 rooms, and I've already mentioned like 5 of the main characters of Winx Club. That being Bloom, Stella, Misa, Techna, and Flora, and they're having their own rooms. But I also mentioned like there's a 6th, dorm room that is vacant right now. But for now, I think I'm gonna have Eleanor and Veranda share this 6th dorm room together. Since I've already mentioned like 7, known characters right now, they can be the placeholder for that 6th spot. Just in case we get a new character, they can be like the 6th person. And also, it feels a bit more realistic. Like, if Misa wants to have a chat with Eleanor, she can. If Veranda wants to talk with Techna, she can. That's the purpose of having those two here for now. I want this similar to the boys' dorm room and as well as the non binary dorm rooms. Like in the male corner, we have Sky, Brandon, Riven, Timmy, Bishop, but Spencer and Vincent are gonna share their dorm rooms together, kind of like how Eleanor and Veranda have shared their rooms together. As for the non-binary characters, we have characters, Tinkerbell, Silver Mist, Fawn, Rosetta, Iridescent, Vidya, and Periwinkle. And yes, they're all going to be non-binary, and I think I'm going to have Vidya and Periwinkle share their dorms. So for now, all of the dorm rooms are going to be similar. Also, in my last episode, I did mention there being a subject called creature studies and herbology. I do want to mention that in Fark's dub, usually characters do talk about the lessons they have had. My suggestion is to look through Fark's episodes, and sometimes you'll notice someone mentioning oh, how to fight a troll or how to fight a griffin. I think the characters will talk about that. Usually, specialists tend to do this. I remember, Sky or Riven, they'll be like, "Oh, how do you handle this certain creature?" And they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, that's what they're supposed to be doing." This also applies to plants. There was that moment where I think Avalon, got stung by that flower. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because there are times in the Fox version they will mention something like that. Also, in the last episode, some people didn't like that my cult studies teacher was called Professor Pocahontas, so I think I'm gonna change her name. So I've changed her name to Professor Hestia. I hope everyone's happy with this change. Anyway, so just to reiterate, Professor Hestia is a cult studies teacher. So basically, they're learning about cults, organizations. It's basically a magic's equivalent to religious studies.